Dr. Mitchell
I'm the
is
translator.
yes, yes. Dr. Mitchell is a pathologist at Yale. She's an assistant professor. So she went to medical school and then she decided to concentrate on pathology and liver and GI tract specialty.
Right. So first of all, a lot of people don't know what a pathologist is.
Oh, yes, that's true.
So strictly speaking, it's a study of disease. But if you want to know who a pathologist is, we're the doctor that your doctor will send tissue to
The surgeon
analyze. The
yes.
surgeon, and sometimes the surgeon who thinks they did something definitive gets a different result. But so, as an example, if you have your appendix taken out, your surgeon sends the appendix to a pathologist who then cuts that appendix up into little pieces, processes it, puts it on a slide, and tells you what's wrong with it. So the doctor who tells your doctor if there is cancer, if there is infection, that's a pathologist.
Thank you.
So I'm a GI and liver pathologist, and I'm also forensic pathologist trained. So that means I have special skill in autopsy pathology, so I can do autopsies
CSI?
and tell you.
CSI, like CSI.
No, we
what you
call
say?
that CS-like. Don't believe it. But I can tell you cause and manner of death. And then GI is everything from your mouth to your anus, so your whole
Yes, the
GI,
GI
tract,
tract.
stomach, esophagus, and liver, gallbladder, pancreas. So those are my areas of subspecialty.
Thank you, ma'am. And also with us is Dr. Hilary Brown. And Dr. Brown is a general surgeon, and she's also a vascular surgeon. She specializes in vascular, meaning she opens up the veins and look at them. And so tell us a little more about,
What I do?
yes.
So what I do is I take care of a lot of older patients, although not all of them are. Some of them are trauma patients with injured blood vessels, for example. And when patients develop arterial blockages or venous blockages, blockages of your arteries or your veins anywhere in the body, except for the heart, I'm the person who takes care of them. So people who tell you they have, well, in Jamaica, we would say bad circulation.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Those otherwise known as peripheral arterial disease. People who have had strokes because of blockages in their blood vessels. Patients who have venous problems. These are the kind of patients I deal with.
And you now you work on live people, so she works on dead people.
Right.
So
not always. No, that's true. That's true. That's
Dead
not
people
always.
and live people's body
Body
parts.
parts, yes. Okay, okay. But you work mainly on live people.
Yeah, I operate usually. I operate on these patients if they're blockages that are of a significant degree that are lifestyle impairing. Then oftentimes we have to do something about it. And so whether
To
it's
clear the
to clear the blockages,
Yes.
exactly. So whether it's actually clearing out the blockage or a bypass procedure, those are some of the things I would do.
And we must also tell you that Dr. Brown is leaving Yale at the end of June and going back to Jamaica, where she will assume the position of a surgeon and vascular consultant to the University of the West Indies Hospital.
That's correct.
And she'll be the first woman to have held this position.
All right.
Yes.
She's the first vascular surgeon.
Yes.
Period.
Wow. I mean, this
The
is
first person with special expertise in vascular
surgery.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's possible, folks. You can do anything you want. You can do anything you want. I want to tell you now, you know, Jamaica doesn't only have, God, listen to my grammar. Jamaica doesn't only have wonderful law professors and surgeons and nursing directors. We also have wonderful athletes and scholars in every walks of life. Now, I'm sure many people have heard of Usain Bolt, and Usain Bolt known as the fastest man, Jamaican. But before Usain Bolt, there was someone named Herb McKinley that, you know, many younger Jamaicans don't know about. But Herb McKinley was an exceptional, he only died in 2007 at the age of 85. But the Honorable Herb Mackenzie was the only man to have won medals in all 3 sprints in the same major games, which was in 1951 Pan American Games. He is the only man in the 20th century to have won gold medals or medals in 100 and 400 meters. He is also the first man to run the quarter mile under 46 seconds and then under 45 seconds. Today, he remains the only person to have reached the finals for the Olympic 100, 200, and 400 meters. Our very proud Herb McKinley athlete. And then, of course, Merlene Ottey, who won 8 medals in her career, 3 silver and 5 bronzes. And Veronica Campbell-Brown, who won 5 medals, 3 gold, a silver, and a bronze. And then, of course, Usain Bolt is very current, so I'm sure most people know about his wonderful achievements and how much of a lightning bolt he is. I mean, couldn't ask for a better name, right? For someone who,
Bolt.
yes, lightning bolt. I also want to say a little bit about education in Jamaica. I said, you know, the British enslaved the Jamaican people from 1655 until 1834. But one of the things that the British also did in Jamaica that wasn't as true in other countries where the slave trade proliferated was that in 1835 they opened Michael Teachers Training College.
My brother went there.
Huh?
My brother attended my.
Yeah, my brother did too. Yes. And Michael Teachers Training College is still functioning today. It is an incredible, it has expanded enormously. But one of the things that the British did was that they provided education. In addition to this training college opening the year after slavery was abolished in Jamaica and is still in operation today, we also had tremendous what we call grammar schools. My great-grandmother was a grammar school teacher, which is why I'm not good at patois. She was.
Keisha, you'll never live that down.
She always insisted that I speak the Queen's English. Of course, now Portia Simpson is saying, do we need the Queen? But
we need her English.
well,
Not necessarily the Queen.
yes, we don't need the Queen. No.
No, I'm just saying we need the English.
Yes, but she doesn't have to be there to, you know. Anyway, so that's a little more about Jamaica. Now, I want to come back, Keisha, I want you and Richard, well, all of you, first thing, don't wait for me to ask you questions. You can just talk. The thing is, I want you to talk about some of your experiences, some of the things that happened to you that might have been challenging and that the family helps you to overcome, or, you know, the extended family I'm talking about.
Well, immediately.
I'll
Go
defer
ahead.
to Richard.
Well, one comes to mind. Thinking about obstacles.
Yes.
So when I was in public schools, and there was tracking in Norwalk
Yes.
at the time, and I'll never forget this. I had wanted to get into the honors track, and I thought my grades were fine, but for some reason I was not placed in the
Do you
honors
remember
track.
about how many black kids were in your school then?
Oh, well, Norwalk at the time is a very diverse and still is a very diverse town. And I went to Benjamin Franklin, first Brookside Elementary School, Benjamin Franklin Middle School, and Brian McMahon
High school, yes.
And it was, I would imagine, it was at least a majority non-white school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Significant white population, but or maybe roughly balanced between white.
Yes.
But that balance did not exist in the honors and AP track. It did not exist at all. And I remember arguing with my teachers for, well, how come I can't get into this track? And my mother actually had to come to the school and insist on it.
So they said you couldn't get into the honors track.
Right.
And what was the reason that you couldn't?
Oh, that I didn't have the background, because I didn't have.
You didn't have the background?
I didn't have the background, or I didn't have the prior course classes, and part of it, I think, was I was probably a little bored
Oh yes, because you're a smart kid
Well, I
and,
don't know
and
if
they
I
weren't
was.
teaching you.
There was something. There was